Hi, and welcome back to Speak Like a PM. Here we talk about management, boost our English skills, and gain self confidence. I'm Kate, a senior product manager, and I'll be your guide through the tricky world of stakeholder management.
And I'm Steve. I've been managing dev teams for over 5 years. I know exactly what it's like to be caught between a pushy stakeholder and a tired engineering team.
Glad to have you here, Steve. Today, we're tackling that exact challenge the art of saying no without burning bridges. Specifically, we'll break down why no isn't just a word, it's the result of aligning three key dimensions.
3 dimensions? Sounds like a strategic plan. I'm sure that for negotiations like this, we should be prepared.
Exactly. Most people think negotiation is just about the stuff you're discussing, but it's actually three-dimensional: people, problem, and process. If you master these, your no will sound like a strategic decision, not a refusal.
Let's dive into the first dimension. People. This is about the who. The biggest challenge here is balancing assertiveness with empathy. You need to be firm, but the stakeholder needs to feel heard. That's why we use the yes and or I hear you technique.
Let's give an example.
Okay. For example, I hear your point and I see how this feature could add value. We've established a connection. The stakeholder feels heard. Now he's ready to listen to us.
I agree with you 100%. My mantra is to understand is not to agree. Before I push back, I always say, I appreciate your perspective on this. It signals that the connection is stable.
It's like when a stakeholder says they need a minor change that actually requires rewriting the whole back end. You don't scream, you just smile and say, I can see where you're coming from.
Right, internally, you're thinking about your weekend plans disappearing, but externally, you're just stabilizing the connection. You're being an empathy ninja. Once the relationship is safe, we can move to the second dimension, the problem.
The what? Here, we face the negotiator's dilemma. Cooperation versus competition. It's that moment when someone tries to fit a literal elephant into a tiny, smart car. You have to protect the team's sanity.
So instead of being the no police, you invite them to play a game of Tetris with the roadmap. You say, if we prioritize this now, it will impact the core release date. Are we open to shifting the deadline?
It's like asking, do you want this fast or do you want it to actually work? It's all about the trade-offs.
You know, Roger, it's just like the story of a designer friend of mine. It was Friday, 6 p.m., when a client sent him a message. We just need to move this button by 10 pixels. It'll only take a second.
Oh man, a classic. So, how did it end?
He politely said no, explaining that it would actually require realigning the entire mobile menu layout. In the end, the project didn't break, and the client actually respected him more for his professionalism.
Great! Also, to make it even more professional, you can add, should we keep it for the next phase? If we add this now, what are we removing? It forces them to think about the budget.
Exactly. And if the risk is high, be direct. I'm concerned about the impact on the roadmap. Or even better, it might jeopardize the quality of the release.
Jeopardize? That sounds very senior, but what if they keep pushing?
Then we zoom out. I'll say, let's look at the bigger picture. It helps everyone remember the long-term goal instead of getting stuck on one small feature.
This leads to the final dimension, the process, the how. Sometimes no is just a matter of timing.
Correct. You control the architecture of the meeting. If a request pops up, ask, is now a good time to discuss the details? Use the classic escape room tactic, let's take this offline. It's the professional way of saying, let's talk when we've both had more coffee and fewer witnesses.
And my favorite, soft no? How about we park this idea for the next sprint? It's not a rejection, it's a strategic delay.
Very reasonable. It gives me time to look at the proposal from all angles later.
That reminds me of a situation I had last month. A stakeholder burst into the room and asked for a tiny dashboard update right before a big demo. He said, it's just one extra chart, Roger. You can do it in your sleep.
Ha! Let me guess, it wasn't just one chart?
Exactly. I had to explain that adding it would require revalidating the entire dataset. I said no to the last-minute change, but yes to a deep dive after the demo. He was actually relieved we cared so much about accuracy.
I can relate.
Wow, we covered a lot today. Let's recap which phrases were the most useful today. Ready? Number 1. A professional way to show empathy without agreeing to the request?
Answer, I can see where you're coming from. Number 2. What word describes the balance between two conflicting options, giving up one thing to get another?
Answer, a trade-off. Number 3. How do you say this might put the project at risk using a high-level verb?
Answer, to jeopardize the quality or release. Number 4. What phrase do you use to move a discussion out of a current meeting to a private one?
Answer, take it offline. Number 5. What phrase means let's save this idea for later so we can stay focused now?
Answer, let's park this idea. Number 6. How do you politely tell a stakeholder you understand their viewpoint?
Answer, I appreciate your perspective. Number 7. What do you say when you want everyone to stop focusing on details and look at the main goal?
Answer, let's look at the bigger picture. Number 8. How do you check if the current moment is right for a deep discussion?
Answer, is now a good time to discuss? Number 9. How do you express worry about how a change affects the project plan?
Answer, I'm concerned about the impact on the roadmap. So, there you have it. Next time you're faced with a Mission Impossible request, don't just say no. Remember to check your 3D coordinates.
Spot on. Start with the people to keep the connection stable. Then look at the problem and discuss those crucial trade-offs. And finally, manage the process to choose the right time and place for the conversation.
In a nutshell, negotiation isn't about winning an argument. It's about navigating complexity. I'm definitely going to take these phrases on board for my next sprint planning.
Me too. And for those of you listening, don't forget to check the description for the 3D negotiation cheat sheet. It's your secret weapon for the next time you need to park an idea or take it offline.
To make sure these phrases don't slip your mind tomorrow, I've prepared a complete list for you in the description. It includes definitions and examples.
Just copy them into your Quizlet or Anki. It's the best way to make the material stick. Kate also included a table in the description that you can copy and import directly into Quizlet. It might be more convenient for you.
Share in the comments what resonated with you and what you will use in your work. Keep practicing, and we'll see you in the next episode. Bye-bye. Bye.